Hey everyone! Yeah, I missed my slow opening today because tech problems. I had actually, well, Lauren's out. I had actually posted this on our podcast channel and we had to do it and fix it. So, sorry about that. And yes, Laura, you are first. Wait, what? Hey, Danny. Lauren went to shirt on, so that's cute. Oh, this be fun. So, it's still not showing up on my YouTube, so I'm gonna have to do this on my computer. Yay. That's type on problems. Oh well. So, welcome everyone to another Tea Time Chat Tuesdays. Sorry, 1 second. I'm trying to see if I can put something. No, thanks, love. There we go. Yeah, that's a lot easier. So, I thought today I would chat about my love for mythology and where it originated and what areas of mythology I know better than others. Yeah, thank you, Lauren. One for you, I would definitely not how to get this up. Right? I am so bad with tech. You know, they say that technology and magic do not blend well. I think I'm a perfect example of that. Because every time I tried to tap, it was bad. Oh yes, I definitely are one for that. Because otherwise, I probably wouldn't be on YouTube. Since every time I try to do a video by myself, it either crashes or it doesn't work. Um, So yeah, so I thought since Loki's Morning Mischief tomorrow night is doing God of War for gameplay, and we are gonna try to do a second attempt of talking about mythology and pop culture Friday for Enchanted Tales podcast. Like, might as well just follow the theme and talk about mythology today. So I think I first got into it when Hey Brooklyn. Oh, and hi Danny, sorry. um I first got into it when I was in elementary school. Um when I first started into it, I was doing it because I was intrigued with doing oh god, I hope I don't butcher this. Art archaeological or close enough to that. And I figured that if I wanted to work on data sites, I'd have to know more about the histories and civilizations you might come across. So because of that, I first started reading up about Egypt and about pyramids and found books to learn how to read hieroglyphics and about the Book of the Dead and the mummification process and the deities that they pray to and ask for safe passage. And it's really cool. Like I found it very intriguing. Lauren saying hi to Danny Burton. And from there, I think just like starting to read from that, it just lets you more research and reading different cultures. And like I said, I started off in Asia, but I think it was easier to learn Greek and Roman more because they're similar. They have the same deities, just different names, and only a few have different characteristic traits. Person saying how to learn. And I learned about them. I learned about Norse and Celtic mythology. I tried learning Aztec and Mayan, but they're a little weird in my opinion. I like them in Hindu or Indian and African cultures. I don't know what their language would be. Like I did one or two, but I don't know enough to like say like I'm well rounded in it. And I know a few of the Japanese deities, but I'm more comfortable with their urban legends and folktales than I am with their god goddesses. And as Henry does on my altar, I have a few deities, the ones that I feel most connected to. And for the moment, a lot of them are Greek. I have a few. I have Heliket, which is the Greek goddess of the dark moon, magic, and doorways. I have Lark laughing in the bathroom. Why are you laughing at me? I'm trying to get off my head.
Aren't they all Greek figure?
Oh, I didn't post. Well, no, I have Morgana Lefit. I mean, not Morgana, the Morgan, and that's not Greek. That's Celtic. So the Morgan is the Celtic goddess of death, and she is known for going on the battlegrounds and picking those that will die. Then it's up to the Valkyries, or yeah, to decide if the person that dies either did to Valhalla or Nephilim. And another one I have is Artemis, which is the Greek goddess of the moon and the hunt, which is my favorite. I think two I want to add, if I know my altar's very full, is Athena, which is the Greek goddess of wisdom and strategy, and Loki, which is the Norse god of mischief, which I have to have him since Lawrence doesn't always like Loki. It's like, yeah, I should include him. But everyone knows that in Greek mythology, a lot of times everyone knows the 12 major, but not a lot of them know about any of the minor deities. For example, my offer pen name, Linet's Frost, Nets is the minor goddess of darkness. And yet, a lot of people either never heard of the minor deities or they just don't know enough about it to like recognize them. And I think another one that falls in this category is Nemesis, which is the minor goddess of revenge. It's funny, it's like a lot of people will use that in language, and yet no one really thinks about where it originated from. Broken. And Loti is the only Norse god with a YouTube. You're not wrong, Broken. He does have a channel. And it is interesting is that in Norse mythology there is a blind god, but I am not saying his name because I know I'll butcher it. But yeah, I love my Loki. I know, do not take that out of description. I do not mean still Loki. I mean the actual deity. Oh, Danny says, I absolutely love Greek mythology. Egyptian, yeah. Yeah, I forgot to make you laugh. Seeing how this morning chat for Logic Morning Mischief went a little perverted. What happens when guys see bars that are like Hooters? They act like dogs. No, you can't say that. You haven't seen. You've seen lots of videos more. You agree.
I'll go watch it later.
Yeah, for Egyptian mythology, what got me really into it, besides the meditation process with Anubis and Osiris, is the origin story about how Isis and Osiris became the god and goddess of death. Because of the fact that I think it's interesting is that it's like almost like play on a word puzzle. Because you have Seth, the god of deceit and snakes, tricked Osiris into going into a sarcophagus and then found it in the water. And then when Osiris found the top sarcophagus, she brought it back, and then Rain, Seth carved out the body and then hid it around the world. And then Isis found the body parts, put it back together, and then with Anubis' help was able to bring his soul back, and that's how he became God of Dead. And then she joined him. Yeah, I know, right? What's up with that, Burton? Why do snakes always have a bad rap? I mean, we're not evil, we're just cunning.
So bad.
I mean, they have a symbol with snakes for medicine, but yet no one takes inspiration. And I mean, snake venom is used for anti-venom and other remedies, so they're not all bad. Just everyone's pulled at the bad side for them. Like I said, for lore and Africa and Native Americans, I only know a few. I feel like for Native Americans, the only one I know about is the Coyote, which is a trickster god. No surprise. It seems like any culture, the first one I learn about is the D's for Jeff and cunning or treachery. And I feel like for African lore, it's the stories you had about the spider and all the ways she could come out, all the ways she could shred those that are with her. Burton wrote, Native American is pretty spirit heavy, and there's so many different tribes and belief it can get complicated fast. I know, right? Like, I think that's why it's hard for me to learn, because it's like I see it in one tribe, and then you do a different one, it's either totally different or there's only like a few similarities. It's like, how do you teach trap? No, I totally agree on that, Burton. But as everybody knows that if you ever ask anyone about a spider in mythology, they always go to the one for Greek of Arachnia, and how the one most people know about is how Athena and her were in a weaving contest because she was boasting about how she was a better weaver, and because she lost, she was turned into a spider. But I believe the other one is about, like with Native Americans, how animals almost have like human trait, and the stories or myths explains how they're known for their trades. At least that's what I gathered. I may be wrong. Let's see. And then I saw that because Lauren is doing an anthology, which if you want Lauren to pull it in and talk about it.
Oh, I can?
Yeah.
I want to leave. So I'm offering an anthology for artwork, poetry, and short stories about magic and mythical creatures. And it'll be running until April of 2022. And Nick, there's a Phoenix poem coming?
There's a few coming.
Not a book. Do not tell me an entire book of poems.
Oh, there you go. I figured it's usually plugged in, so try and say 4.
Go back to sleep.
Griffin said, it may depend on the era also. I'm not brush up on my... Oh, heck no, not saying that word. Beliefs. You're not hearing pushing words on the channel. Nice try. But, so because I learned anthology, I saw that someone is to submit drawings for Russian lore mythology. And the only one that comes to mind for that is Baba Yaga, which is their play on the Boogeyman. And I know there's more, it's just, I feel like that's like the only one I really know about.
How do you even know about that one?
Some readings. I know that one, I know they have also another play on Cinderella. I think that's it. I think the reason why I don't know much about them is because of that. First, you have to find translations, then you have to make sure what you're finding is facts and not just theories or what some wrote about.
Yeah, that's why I asked the girl when she does the artwork to explain it. Cause I'm like, I will butcher this.
Yeah. I feel like the 4 ones I'm best at is Greek, Roman, Egyptian, and Norse. Like, I know the Celtics, I know the names, but a lot of times you ask me what they're known for, and like, you're like, let me go check. Like, I think the only reason I know about the Morgan is because of the fact that, with my magic and stuff, I've had interaction with her, which, yeah, not the best way to look for. But a lot of times, if you have any gifts or abilities, she'll show up in like a raven form. Large. Let's see. What's up about now? Yeah, I need definitely to work on this one. I need more videos like this. But you learn, right? We're doing videos. But yeah, like I said, started elementary school. And then when I found out I couldn't do that career, it turned more into a hobby. And turned more into like, oh, I have to read. I'm reading about it. I need to learn everything. Favorite, least favorite deities. I think it easier to my least favorites. A lot of these that I'm not big fans are the ones that represent um, your like beauty or vanity, like Narcissus and um, Brigid and Frida. Yeah, I saw more. Yay! And also Aphrodite because, like, it's not like against people being beautiful or traits being, like, embraced. I just always feel like people should be embraced or should be known for their intelligence or their wit or other strengths besides how they appear. Broken. I don't really have a favorite in mythology. I have a favorite in Warhammer. You and Warhammer. Why don't we not show up? And not like personally, I don't have a favorite, but there are some like I said I can associate with and find common traits with. And there's also a few of the monsters that are in mythology that I'm intrigued by too. For example, I asked a poem about Medusa because her ability intrigues me about being a Dordon, which is half snake, half woman. But she also has snakes for hairs, and her gaze can turn any person to stone or item. And I've always thought that was a cool trip. I mean, the most version of her myth that people know about is that she was a priestess for Athena, and she decided to decimate the temple and was taught by the goddess, and therefore her and her sisters who were standing watch at the door were all turned Dordons. Broken. The future state Wonder Woman pulls from a lot of South America. Okay, no. We are not talking about that crap, okay? I didn't like the first one. I definitely have no intention of seeing the second one. I'm not talking about it. That is an insult. Yeah, that's where it's out in music, Broken. And I'm sure Ms. Lauren to hear something in the background. Do you probably muse? I had the same reaction when we were watching Not and News Helena. And North mythology, Helena is the daughter of Loki. And then to watch a movie where she's your sister and she doesn't look anything like she's supposed to, I'm like, what the heck is this? Broken. Not the movies, the comics. They're bad. Okay. I don't hear a discussion Broken that the comics industry has gone down the crapper. There's no hope for it. I mean, come on. We all know that media is slowly dying, and there's no hope. That is why we have our indie writers, where we write good stuff. Yeah, see, you agree with me, Broken. Yeah, there's no hope for media, in my opinion. That's why, unless it's cooking or baking shows, I don't really watch TV, because I don't see reason to. That's why I read Boom and indie comments. Yeah, I mean, I don't blame you. I mean, is there a way for me to read comments? I would just do indies, because I have no hope at all for comments being good from DC or Marvel. I mean, like I said, Lara's muse says I was saying a lot of stuff when we watched Red On about what was wrong about mythology. I mean, I feel like the only thing I got right were the name, and I just studied Finir, the direwolf, that's also Narwhal's children's, was close. I know, that was a bad yeah, sorry. A bad, what's the word? Yeah, me too. That it was kind of hard to make out what it was supposed to be for me. But other than that, and the fact that Loki started riding off, a lot of it was just wrong. Why are you laughing?
I love you.
No. I gotta say it. What are you laughing about? I hear you about there.
But there's another 4 movie coming out soon.
No. Let it die. Just let it have a quick death and let it stop suffering.
There's gonna be 4 and Lady 4 in it.
Really, Burton? Like, really? Wasn't there a movie I was made about that, about the Egyptian gods? I remember seeing a trailer for a bit, and they're intriguing enough to actually look to watch it. Like I said, I feel like media, studio media and movies do not do mythology right. I know there's somebody out there saying they did 4 right, but I actually don't like 4 mythology in movies. So I'm just listening in background now. I took my dinner. That's fine, Danny. And Laura wants to know what you're cooking, Danny. Oh, yeah. Burton. Just like to play in the mythology section. They don't try to be accurate. They're starting to do the same thing to history. I know, right? It's like, oh yeah, we can just go around and despite what knows about history or mythology or about anything, we're gonna make a figure movie and it's wrong. No, we'll call us on it because we made it. Like, no. That is probably not the case. Like, I hate when you're watching something, you know it's supposed to be different, it's not. And you probably point out, they're like, oh, it's a movie. Nicole, live watching crappy. You just want to see a solution to me to cursing. That's what you want me to do. And trust me, I get very creative and go around after saying a curse word and just say a different language or different format. I feel like Lauren would get more enjoyment out after me. No virgin. Oh, I'm trying not to curse on stream. And it's really hard sometimes. You know, I'm pretty sure you have all music. I mean, if you know British terminology, then you be able to easily catch up. I know the feeling. Well, Chase, in the future, if I'm monetized, I don't want to be like, oh, you're cursing. You lost all this. I'm like, no. Oh, excuse me. I try to censor myself in my videos. Fortunately, there's nothing that really made me angry lately. Just a bunch of letdowns and boring comments. No hope for me. I have no filter. Oh, that's what got me for Lars. When you start to curse, I just talked over you. But I totally agree that right now in media that they really screw up mythology. And I feel like it's up to us that are indie writers that we have to correct it by writing our own versions. For example, like I said, I have a few books that are based in mythology. I know the first one's probably Greek. And I'm using that to actually show what these are known for and their traits. Because a lot of times you read novels and how to portray the gods is either wrong or they only put out a few traits and try to idolize deities. There's only a few cases where you can find a book and you have to show what the gods and goddesses are supposed to be known for, or how they're supposed to act. Sorry. For example, when Ashley not Druid and they show him actually working with the how to say this word? The Ternana. No, darn it. I don't want to say it right. Pretty much the Celtic deities. I'm not the right say the word. And when he finally goes and deals with North because they're after him, and then he shows not only like the traits they're known for, but also their personalities. Like when they go to when they go through the World Tree and they show Odin, they show him as him and Thor as bastards. And it's like, yeah, that's pretty much how I pictured them. I created deities for my fantasy novel. There are a few different Patreons and belief systems. And see, I don't mind that. I don't mind when people write their stories and they create their own pantheons and deities for a novel. It's when they take the deity and they butcher it and they go around and say it's what they created. I don't like that. So, for example, I was reading a novel called The Dark Hunt, and they mention the spear that Odin has, that when he throws it, it automatically hits his target. But they gave it a different name. They never say it's Odin. They try to say it's like some new creation they came up with. Burton, like, what is that? Percy Jackson and the something or other. Oh, Percy Jackson Lightning Thief? I read that series, and I actually did a pretty good job playing the deities and Greek mythology. Well, I just stayed to you, Burton. I mean, not a good way to explain it for children. Because until like the last few novels, they were introducing one or two of the gods at a time and actually showing their mythology and their interactions and stuff like that. Yeah, so Percy Jackson and the lengthy or the Olympian series?
That's the yeah, the Olympian.
Okay. Yeah, one other. Yeah, I'd actually recommend that one to that. I feel like that was the introduction to mythology for younger adults and children. Burton, did they actually handle it? I don't tend to read it away. But yeah, so Burton, so how they do is that they show the children of the gods as demigods. But how they reveal in the novels is that they show the children and then they'll show a parent or a deity that's associated with them. For example, in the first book, which do not watch the movies. I'm telling you that right now. Do not touch that crap. They showed how you deal with Charon. Yes. He was a trainer for gods. And like I said, they fight Medusa, but then they also show Hermes. No, don't worry. That's good. And they show him come and help him. And yeah, that's what Hermes is known for. He's the messenger of the gods, and he also aids. He also gives aids to heroes and travel. Disney Plus is making a series where
No.
No, why would you do that? Leave it alone. You already tried to hand movies, you failed. Just shut the door and walk away. Don't touch that again. Because you failed the first time. Oh, sorry. I feel like you're supposed to that largest enough for me. Darn it. Oh, why does it always happen around this time? Yeah, like I said, I really didn't know about Percy Jackson until the first movie came out, and when it did, I actually read all the books in 1 week. Show off. And I really liked it. I liked how they did the minor gods as well as the major gods. And I liked how the story showed that it wasn't more of like, here's a villain that's trying to hit our world. It's more like, we know that we're shadowed by other deities. We just want to shine the spotlight. But with Henry Twist, a lot of times you always have the hero versus villain, and at the end you just have the war, and then whoever wins is the one that is victorious. And instead, it ended up more into like a stalemate. But both sides end up winning something. But I think my favorite one of the series was when they did to Underworld and introduced Hades. And I feel like it was a good blend between the Greek version and then the one that Disney did. And while they're there in Underworld, they also show Siberius and the Furies, which a lot of people forget that the Furies are from Underworld. A lot of them just assume that they only appear when someone is murdered and they want revenge.
Wait, so what's your attack in the underworld? I didn't know that.
What, the Furies?
Uh-huh.
Is to help keep order and to make sure that the souls stay in the areas they're supposed to. And to ensure that no one tries to either escape from the world or try to go one of the realms you're not supposed to. So, like any religion and underworld, you have the fields, which are supposed to be like heaven, and you have other places in the world where they're being tortured or just wandering souls. And if anyone tries to leave, they have to deal with Siberius. Yeah, you don't need a date, you just need a giant fat dog. Which is funny because in Norse mythology, it's the same concept. That Fenrir is chained to the dates of Nephilim. And in Egyptian mythology, it's a little bit different because instead of doing that, they have the still, where they take the person's heart and they place on a still with a feather. And if your heart is lighter than the feather, you're allowed to go on to the next life and enjoy riches. But if your heart is heavier than the feather, then your soul is shredded. Oh, another snake. It's tied to the tree of life. Wait.
Hickeys.
Oh, you're talking about the Midgard serpent.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's known for being wrapped around the base of a tree. And it's the only thing that's keeping it from collapsing. And I think that's the one time where it's like good and bad. So you go either way. And then I think another thing that intrigues me about these different cultures and their traits is how they do the fates. Because I really like the difference between the Greek and the Northern version. But the Greeks you have the three fates or three sisters. Past, present, future, or the weaver, the spinner, and the cutter. And they trade the threads of life, they weave your story, and they cut your thread when your life comes to an end. And everyone must bow to what they think when the deities. And then in Norse mythology, you have the Norns. And I really like the idea of past and present are playing chess. And when they finally get to stalemate or Ragnarok is when future comes in and resets it. Or I got that mixed up. Yeah, I think I got one something wrong about that, but I can't think of what it is right now. So sorry. But I think the idea of just a giant chessboard for life is like an epic concept for me. I love chess. Yeah, I forget what future is in it. I think that's all mixed up, but I definitely know it's past and present are playing it.
But isn't it if one wins, it marks the end of the world, right?
Yeah, that the winner one of the day comes in, it does mark Ragnarok. And the idea of that is that Ragnarok will start with Loki being free of imprisonment, where he is bound in a cave with the dark, yeah, with a serpent, a room, dripping acid on him. Yeah, they come up with some great punishments, don't they? I feel like that's another thing they're all known for is if you betray or anger the gods, it's let's see what kind of more punishment I come up with. And the worse the better. And I feel like that's true for any of them. Like, so I just feel like a little lesson into like teach someone. It's like, no, we have to just totally prepare and ensure that they suffer. But like I mentioned, I'm kind of excited for tomorrow to watch the gameplay because I'm a huge fan of God of War. Because I like the gameplay because it's puzzle with hack and slash. But I also like how they did the story arc. So I haven't played or seen the gameplay for 180 North, but I've seen the first three God War games and played it. And it's interesting that they attribute to one of the big deities, but then they also in the background has a minor story going on at the same time. For example, in the first one, it's the idea of destroying Ares and God of War. But the backstory is that you're introduced to Pandora's box, which was a box created to hold all the horrors in the world, only to be released by Pandora until only hope remains. And then in the second game, it's based on Zeus taking away your powers, and you have to do the fate to change your destiny. But the other story behind that is you're introduced to Icarus and the labyrinth. You father created lanterns to keep in the bull and create a set of wings of Icarus, but because he flew close to the sun, they melted and he felt his death. And yeah, I can see that in Danehood's lights. Interesting. And then the third one, you are introduced to the Titans, and you have to defeat them. But you're also introduced to Hesta, the goddess of the hearth, and how she represents the flame Olympus and also family. Wait, what are you saying maybe to, Danny? What, are you not a fan of games? Yeah, I like gameplay. There's just one part of the game I hate, and Lauren makes me do it every bloody time. It's in the first game, and it's before you get to the Titan Champion box. You have to go through the desert, and you have to slay the sirens. Then you have this giant white screen listening for someone's stream. Yeah, not good for someone like me that has high percentage hearing and sensitive eyes. But sure, I'll do it for you every time because I'm nice like that.
You're good at it.
That's not the point I found quickly, is the fact that you're still a pain in the butt. And you also made me slaughter Medusas in the game too. For the same reason. Like I said, I'm very good at puzzles, but I suck at fighting in games. That's why me learn with a teen. She fights and slays it, and I want her throw on maps. Burden, you're not into puzzles either. But they're so much fun. Do you think Loki will get that for our planet? I don't know. We'll see on that one. Burden, in D&D, if there's a puzzle, my character sits down and I get the party 10 minutes. If they don't figure it out, I break something until it works out. Oh man, so in our group for Grand Throne, we do the tabletop parts. We have a person in our group like that. That will not wait for puzzles. You know what we use it for? As decoy.
Wow.
What? If they're not going to wait for us to solve the puzzles or set off the traps, then they can be used for something useful. And a lot of times, I'm the one that taught them to be a decoy. Don't give me that look. It's not I thought people listen to me. Sound innocent and sweet. Oh, no worries, Danny. See you later. Yeah, I like puzzles. And I also like riddles as well. Yeah, you see Danny, take care. But, oh, excuse me. But yeah, when we have that idiot in the group that doesn't want to wait, doesn't want to listen, just wants to barge ahead, why stop them? Let them run through, let themselves chill, and then we've known afterwards and smooth sailings. Broken. Too many times of a DM throwing a puzzle out and laughing when I couldn't figure it out. So I just stopped. I get that. Yeah, it was funny because at our last LARP we had a puzzle master. And I was in the room, I was all excited and happy. I'm like, yay, puzzles! Except for one thing. They're all visual puzzles. So I didn't get mad. I was amused just seeing them floundering, trying to figure out how to take these puzzles and make them accessible. And I tried to be nice. I tried to like offer suggestions or get out hints on how to make it easier. Instead, I just sat back and waited. I'm like, you're a puzzle master. You should be able to figure this out on your own. Not any help. Yeah, like you mentioned birthday and how you don't wait for puzzles. So when I entered group, we were trying to sneak past a dragon that was asleep. And instead of just sneaking past and going to the portal behind the dragon, he was like, oh, shiny. And he goes for the treasure. And then he rolls a nat 1. And anyone who plays D&D knows that you roll nat 1, you're screwed. So the effect of that was that he fell into the pile and woke the dragon. Reckon I tend to save puzzles and traps at the end for suspected instances. Yeah, so he woke the dragon, and then because the dragon woken, we had to give items. So not only was I the only one that didn't get an item and just snuck past and left him there, but when it got set on fire, he had not one, and that sheltered the portal responded to his death. I saved the last minute only because no one else would, not because I wanted to. And see, that's how I play D&D. I know that sounds so wrong. Doesn't it? But I feel like if you're stupid enough to get in trouble, then you're on your own. Reckon I'm currently playing a platypus. Yes, that would do what I want. Aww, I just picture you as little Perry playing your game. I'm facing for. Oh, sorry about that. Not sure how to made noise or something. My water bottle hit the mic. Yeah, usually when I play D&D or when I play my LARPs, the characters I usually go for are either the rogues or the assassins. Hence, I have to work from the shadows. That's the inspiration. The character's backstory was a person who got permanently faithful polymorph into a platypus. A level 1 rogue with absurd stealth bonuses. Nice. Yeah, it's funny. You say out there polymorph into it. That made me think of Jack and Death Sisters by Nani Ossel. Because the sidekick of the hero falls into a vat of dark eco and it turns him into a rodent. Why do you know it's not a nature rodent? It has pants. Yeah, I like playing the rodent assassin because a lot of times I like just wandering off or being stealthy and just solving puzzles. A lot of times when I get into groups, a lot of them are just idiots or they want to be warriors or smash the doors down on it. It's like, alright, that's fine. I'll just wait out here until you're all dead and go and reach rewards. Yeah, I'm not really a party person. With a group, unless there's a reason. Oh. But it's funny, I'm sure anyone from my dining room is just watching and be like, but you're always so helpful. Yeah, for a reason. I remember there was one mod where the house was a play on Aladdin and the Arabian Nights, and you had these gems which would turn into lamps for genies. And the item that was in the mod was a giant gem that, after a few hours, would automatically turn into lamps that are waiting. So, me playing my character, who was more of a staller, wanted a comfort to die, and I was this close to snapping the gem without noticing and walking out with it. The only reason it failed is because by the time I figured out where they were in the room, they were already gone. I'm like, curses! Because apparently that's my tricking days, that I can just sneak in, try one, and sneak out. Yeah, I know there's probably an there somewhere. Let's see.
You're a nightcrawler, you just after you take what you want and then leave.
No, more of Shadow Cat. I work from shadows. It's not funny. I remember you and me were playing D&D. We were playing what, 5th edition?
Mm-hmm.
Burn says, taking a break from DMing right now while I build up the next campaign. I did enjoy just playing for a change. Yeah, I heard that's the case for a lot of DMs, that they like to be in charge of the story, but they also want to play it and not just be the monsters that the heroes kill. Which, like I said, unless I'm doing my LARP, I don't really tabletop anymore because it was really hard for me to find a group that would let me play. Either because of the fact I was a girl, or because I had to use technology and that was like banned. They wanted to use like paper and pencil, which, yeah, not a good idea for me. But I remember that me and Lauren did find a group that was me in a hotel, and they were playing D&D 5th edition. And my character was a tiefling rogue that had been turned into a group and was working for the big bad. That was a Spider Woman. And I definitely feel like I definitely would have destroyed the whole group if someone dies in the dream weren't cheating. Because how I would talk to Deanne was to send them text messages, my phone, and some were over my shoulder, which, come on, if you're gonna play a game like that, I think you should not cheat or be that rude. Because, like, I'm respecting you, I feel like it should be the other way around. But that wasn't the case. And on that note, we're at the top of the hour. Sorry for all the pauses, guys. I'm still getting used to doing these live streams and trying to think what to say and all that. I'm working on it. Oh, you don't invite cheating game? Well, that's a new broken. Yeah. The sad thing is, though, is that I knew he cheated because they're quoting something that I wrote to the DM. Otherwise, they probably wouldn't notice because my business sucks. But yeah, so I apologize for all the pauses. I'm working on this. I'm trying to get more in my comfort zone and trying to use the live chats or live streams. So hope you guys enjoyed this. And I will see you guys next Tuesday at 10 a.m. Eastern Time. Blessed be. See you guys.